Welcome back. Today we're going to go over the John Deere S240 lawn tractor. This is a great lawn tractor. It sits right between the S100 lineup in our lawn series, on our lawn tractors, and the X300 lawn tractors. So this is for the customer that wants a couple of upgrades that you're not going to find in the S series models or the lower S series models, and then that you do find in the X series models. And of course, it's got a price point right in between the two to match. So in the front, we've got this nice integrated bumper. I've got a bumper on there. Obviously, you're going to see that on some more premium models. That one goes right into the frame, so that's nice. Kind of protects you from those fences that you may be running into, or you know, bushes and that kind of thing. Design of the hood is very similar to the rest of the lineup. Matter of fact, this looks very similar to our S100 lineup. You're going to see that nice pinstriping that matches kind of the legacy look of the rest of the John Deere lineup, kind of integrates into the bigger tractors that we have now, which is a nice design. It's got a sleek front end, just a good looking lawn tractor. But then when I pop the hood, I'm going to see that nice, beautiful Kawasaki engine. So this is one of those first upgrades that you're not going to see in the S100 lineup. You're going to get a Kawasaki engine. So this is the first Kawasaki that you can get in our lineup. Again, this is a dealer exclusive model. So 21.5 horsepower Kawasaki engine. Easy maintenance points throughout. So I've got easy access to my air filter, my oil dipstick, my oil filter. It's got a nice drain tube on the side of the machine so I can drain the oil. Additionally, easy access to my fuel filter and my battery. Okay, right up here, I've got my service intervals, kind of a nice placard that gives me a visual description of what I actually need to do to maintain this machine. That also can be found in your owner's manual, but it's nice to have it in multiple places. And so that's what this provides. Again, nice, clean, easy to access bay with a very, very superior engine. All right, if I'm going to move back, let's talk about the control layout, okay? So all the way up in the top, I've got a nice fuel gauge with the hour meter integrated into it so I can keep track of my service intervals. Additionally, my choke and my throttle are both divorced, so I've got a lever for choke that it is spring loaded, so it'll just going to pop back after you start the machine. Pretty typical ignition key system over here. It does have the lighting right on the key ignition, so that's nice as well. Nice upgrade over here. I've got a lever for cruise control so I can maintain speeds if I'm going, you know, long swaths of straight path mowing. I have the ability to engage my cruise control. Additionally, if I want to mow in reverse, I have that separate button where I'm going to press the button, so that'll allow this to continue the blades while mowing in reverse. And then of course I have the park brake on the left-hand side here, so that's all nice and easy to use. Can set that park brake, make sure it's not going to roll away on us. Additionally, I have a PTO engagement switch. So it is an electronic PTO engagement. That PTO engagement engages the nice 42-inch Accel Deep deck. Again, another dealer exclusive item that you're gonna find on an S240 is that 42 Accel Deep deck. So you've got Accel Deep, which means it's a little bit deeper than our typical decks. Gonna allow for more airflow, a better cut quality. I'm going to stand behind this all day long. 42-inch decks offer to me one of the best cut qualities in the industry and in our lineup. So it's a very, very nice cut quality on this style deck. Additionally, I've got washout ports like you're going to see on the rest of our lineup. This deck in particular has been outfitted with a MulchControl system. So I do have a MulchControl where all I have to do with the flick of a wrist, I can turn that MulchControl on and off. So I have the ability to do just regular side discharge, and then I can turn that MulchControl on, and then it's gonna house all the clippings right there. And so it's gonna just nice, even pattern. As long as you don't have a lot of excessive grass, it'll make a beautiful cut quality, and put an extra couple of cuts on that grass and kind of just integrate it back into the ground, adding wonderful nutrients to your mowing. MulchControl, mulching features have really taken a hold as of late, especially in our industry. So definitely a nice option to have. I will say that you cannot have MulchControl and the bagging system on at the same time. So you would have to take the MulchControl system off to use the bagging system. So it's kind of one or the other on this machine. Some of our bigger 48 decks and 54 decks do allow for both because I have the power flow system on the side. But in this particular case, you're not allowed to do both. That being said, this does have the ability to add a 48-inch deck, so you can outfit this S240 with that 48-inch deck. Some of the nice upgrades on that, it's a 3-blade system. It is from the bigger models like the X350. It is a very similar deck to that. So that would be a nice upgrade if you wanted to have a little bit wider cutting path. You would have to have a power flow for the bagging system on that one. So you're gonna see a little bit of an additional cost because it's gonna have that big blower system on the side that actually helps push the clippings up the tube. So getting back to the kind of the layout here, you're gonna see the seat, 15-inch high back seat. It's got a nice big wide opening for great drainage and great airflow when I'm sitting on it. This seat again is coming from the bigger lineup, so the X350 lineup. So that is a nice welcome change from the S series mowers. This is a little bit more comfortable of seat. It does have the ability to adjust both forward and aft. And then when I pop it up, it has some rubber grips back down here. Rubber suspension. So I do get a little bit of suspension from some rubber on the back. So that is a little bit different than the X350 where you actually get spring suspension. This is just rubberized. It does add a nice feel to it, but it's not as comfortable as say the X350, but the seat is the same. Additionally, under here, you're gonna see that you have the fuel tank. Fuel tank is housed right underneath, I believe 2.4 gallons of fuel capacity in these. And then you've got some places back here where I actually have some attachment points, and that's for the baggers and whatnot. Maybe there's a sunshade and a couple other accessories you could add. Lift and control of the deck is off on the left-hand side. It is a handle with spring assist, so it's very easy to lower and raise up. We've got 1 to 4 inches of choice in quarter-inch increments, so I can cut at different levels. Typically, most people just are mowing, but the 2 3/4 to 3 inches, especially here in the Pacific Northwest where we're at. So long and short, if I come down to my tire size, I've got a nice 15.6 by 6 in the front, turf style tire, and then I've got a 20 by 10 by 8. Gives you a little bit wider stance, which is great. And then you've got a little bit of extra cladding and plastic on the back. So it's got some fender flares in the back there to kind of protect you from any kind of debris that those tires are gonna pick up. So, and it is a nice design element that you're gonna see on the S240 in comparison to some of the other S series mowers. Additionally, I've got a cup holder on this one. I've got that integrated storage that's got the cover on it. So that's new. Warranty is gonna be that 3-year or 200 hours, whichever comes first, which is a little bit better than the S series, S100 series, and a little bit under the X350 series. So again, kind of smack dab in the middle with a price point to match. This is a great option, easy to control. Foot pedals, so I've got 2 foot pedals on there, one for forward, one for reverse. I mean, it doesn't really get any simpler than this. It's just a really nice, convenient, wonderful machine with a great cut quality. So if you've got any more questions, please reach out to us. Love to see some comments down below if you've got any comments for us, and we'd love to help you out. If this is a machine that you would like to see in person, come visit us. We'd love to show you that machine. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now.
Hi, my name is Jason Hughes. I'm a territory manager out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm also a large property owner and own a lot of the equipment that you see featured in these videos. I hope you find this content helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below.